Hello, and welcome to Fatlogic. I'm your host, and I'll be bringing you more posts from around the internet. But before I begin, I would like to thank all of my new and returning subscribers for joining me today. Thank you so much for the support I've gotten so far. It means the world to me. I'm looking forward to continuing with Fatlogic, though at the same time I'm hoping to introduce more segments as time goes by. So I hope that's interesting for others. If there's anything you'd like to hear about, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, on to the post. The very act of intentionally trying to lose weight triggers your body's biology to fight you keeping it off. Your body wants you to maintain homeostasis, status quo, and maintain a specific to you amount of fat to protect itself. This is your set point weight. Every time you restrict food or mentally restrict, your set point weight resets to a higher level to protect you from future famine. Okay, first of all, let's pause this for a moment right here. I'll stick a pin in that for now. I've mentioned this concept in a previous video, and I probably should have mentioned it here too, but skipping a meal or not having snacks between meals is not a famine. Our bodies can handle holding off on food every now and then. Not to give any ideas, but I think that fasting before a medical exam or blood test might qualify as a famine in their minds if that's the case. Also, back to the first point. Really? Just thinking about restricting is pushing my set point? If that's the case, then I guess just thinking about what you're going to have for dinner will offset that. Of course, don't let people who really have issues with finding food hear this. It sort of makes you sound a way I don't think that you realize. Unpopular opinion. Cheat days only exist when diets are so restrictive that they're impossible to maintain for more than a week at a time. In other words, they're scheduled binges that are a direct result of restriction. No. A cheat day is a reward and a break for making an accomplishment or reaching some sort of goal. What do you reward yourself with after accomplishing something when you already eat everything you want? More food? Or is it that you don't have much to celebrate? Personally, I'm a bit tired of making treats and sweets rewards and gifts. I think we really need to be more creative in that field. Though just know, no matter how you decide to celebrate your cheat day, be sure to enjoy it because you likely earned it. And if it's an impromptu cheat day brought on by a moment of weakness, just try to remember, tomorrow is a new day and another chance to try. Each large muscle of a bodybuilder represents a language he didn't learn, a poem he didn't read, a fun fact he never memorized. This is a very judgmental statement if I do say so myself. It also tells me they don't understand the commitment that it would take to get into shape. The person being pointed out here could be listening to podcasts, educational videos, or audiobooks, or any plethora of hobbies on the side. Or they absolutely could not be. But that would also be fine. What a person does with their time to become what they are does not reflect the type of person they are as a whole. Overweight and obese people don't like the judgment that they eat all day, and this feels a bit similar to that, only with working out. One thing that my grandmother's always told me that stuck with me is don't judge people based on what they don't know that you do, because they might know more about things you don't. And that's very true. You can't ascertain health by looking at someone's body. You're not a doctor, and if you are, you're not my doctor. You don't know what factors are at play. You don't know what traumas and chronic conditions my body is functioning with. There are no diseases exclusive to fat bodies, so assuming because I have things about my health that need your concern is only based in fat phobia. And not to mention the side dish of ableism of thinking that fatness and medical conditions are always a consequence of choice or able to be changed as opposed to being a side effect of another condition, medication, or level of ability. And you don't know that info, so save your concern. I think this is a pretty clear-cut case of see previous post if I ever saw it. While it is true that people shouldn't offer unsolicited advice, especially of the medical nature, I also wonder how much concern is too much concern in this case. I will never find love. Imagine going through the 5 stages of grief, not over one particular person either. Imagine grieving a dead love life. No possibility of finding a soulmate. No possibility of ever getting married or having kids, because you're ugly. Men are only attracted to women under 130 pounds. As a woman who's 2 times heavier than that weight limit, my love life is hopeless and I'm going to die alone. It really makes you wonder if life is even worth living. I don't think it is, to be honest. Weight loss is not an option for me. I've tried, believe me. I move more than most thin people do. I've been walking miles every day, and the weight hasn't come off. It's hopeless. I will never be loved. I don't want to hear about Seco, or intermittent fasting, or keto. This isn't a weight loss post. This is me grieving. Even if I did miraculously lose weight, I'd have disgusting loose skin and men would be turned off by me. There's no point. Is anyone else forever alone? How have you been coping with it? Please stop being so melodramatic. Partners come in all shapes and sizes. In fact, there truly is a person for everyone. I know it says this isn't a weight loss post, but then I am just asking into the breeze at random here. Is it that you haven't tried to lose weight, or is there something more? It's more likely that your standards for your potential partner are too high, while you wish to stay just as you are. Sorry, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Eating past fullness. Going back for more. Not eating a vegetable all day. Honoring a craving. Eating out of boredom. So, this is a joke, right? Is this a list of how to become obese or... No. They're saying it. They're saying this is how a normal person eats, and I'm just a little bit more dead inside. Thank you, Internet. By the way, thank you for that. Joking aside, this is basically the opposite of normal. If your feelings align with this, you might want to take a moment to reflect as to why. New rules to addressing me as a fat person. New rules. 1. Food. If you want to come at me about how much I eat, you need to provide an exact food diary of everything I ate in the past week, not just what it was, but how much and when. Then you also need to provide at least 36 examples of thin people eating the same amounts, foods, and write a 10-page paper on why you don't attack them, only me. And then provide a medically accurate and unbiased documents proving without a shred of a doubt that these thin people eating the same amounts or things are healthier than me. 2. Health. If you want to come at me about my health or that I'm going to die, you need to provide me with full professional doctor's papers, PhD and all, as well as my individual health records, and at least 12 unbiased research papers done by reputable doctors. Dr. Phil does not count. 3. Appearance. If you want to come at me about how I look to you, I'm going to need a minimum of 245 photos of you, from all angles, with and without makeup or beards or whatever, and you're going to need to explain in a 12-page paper, single space, size 8 font, what it is about you and your looks that gives you the right to judge anyone else. Remember, I said looks only. I don't give a flying f*** if you once helped someone move to a new apartment. This isn't about nicest personality. This is about looks, as you made it clear in attacking me for it. Alright, So these are the standards you're setting for a particular set of people. There's definitely more than a few issues here, though I'll just address these ones. First, that's a lot to expect from anyone, even when taking out the obvious personal information and just going with the articles. From what I've seen, that's more than you would offer when countering the idea that fat is healthy. Second, even if this hypothetical person you're addressing were to answer the call and give you all of the research in their arsenal, you would likely dismiss or toss it in the trash, just as quickly as everyone else likely tossed this out before they even finished reading it. And third, what I would consider the most important. These are some crazy shower thoughts because I can see people thinking this way, though usually it's more of a private affair and kept to oneself. Thanks for the red flags, I guess. Alright, so that's all the fat logic I have for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. The interest in this topic is what keeps me moving forward. So I mean it from the bottom of my heart when I say thank you for making it this far. If you haven't already watched them, I have a few other videos in this series. If so, I hope you found them enjoyable, as first and foremost, my hope is to entertain. Please remember to be kind to someone, even if that someone is yourself, and I hope to see you on the next video. Goodbye!